Have you ever seen wristwatches talking to each other? I'm pretty sure you haven't seen anything like this, and after the Instagram success of some of my sketches, I decided to share them with you on a full episode, where we replace real people in specific contexts and dialogues with wristwatches. Darling, may I have a glass of food, sir? I guess not. So why do I use Remarkable? Because it emulates pretty good experience of drawing with the feature to undo, where on the classic paper you have to start over. And as you know, I'm using this platform for creating drawings or context in a lot of videos, because I communicate better visually. Now, the idea of combining Remarkable with wristwatches came up once with the purchase of the Rolex Explorer 1. Curious. Because, believe it or not, the Explorer 1 has a lot of depth and personality. Besides the size and the price tag, in relationship with other watches can create friction and awkward situations. And the thing is, I simply started to imagine a lot of scenes and situations where the Explorer 1 should or would say things. And this is why I call it an inspiring watch. But obviously depends how creative you are. Now we will start our memes journey looking at the Explorer and at its controversial size against the generic wristwatches preference. And regarding to the size of the Explorer, we are looking at a classic entrance of a roller coaster where you need to have a specific height to enter. And in this case, the measurement should have been done by width, not height, to enter in Wristlandia, in the world of the popular wristwatch size, illustrated here from 38 to 40 millimeters. So let's adjust the drawing. And obviously our hero is crying because he cannot join, because Wristlandia is based on exclusivity. Does it ring a bell? Now the next one refers once again to the sizing of the Rolex Explorer 1 compared to the Goliath Explorer 2. And here we are previewing a dialogue where the Rolex Explorer 1 says, "When I grow up, I wanna be like you," referring to the size and the robustness of the Rolex Explorer 2, being also hopeful that someday he will be large enough to access Wristlandia. And this is more like a father-son illustration, but in reality the father is the Rolex Explorer 1, not the other way around. The next one is transposed again into a classic Chief Explorer Boy Scout relationship. And for obvious reasons I was laughing because I'm part of a group where we are currently 3 members owning a 35mm Explorer, and we were saying that we can create a separate group but not as explorers, but more like Boy Scouts because of the tiny appearance on the wrist of the Rolex Explorer 1. So Boy Scout it is. Did you know that the spring bar of the Rolex Explorer 2 is massive compared to the one from the Rolex Explorer 1? I mean, I do appreciate the spring bar quality of the Rolex Explorer 2. It's thick, has some clear shoulders, and the springs inside are set to the right intensity. But looking at the one from the Explorer 1, the comparison is hilarious. So I try to illustrate the difference in size between these two, putting them into a normal context where these two spring bars have the potential to be unveiled at a public toilet. Now for the next one we have to lower the main light and preview the illustration of a dark bedroom. Here the main focus was to highlight the Rolex Explorer 1 on top of the bed with the eyes open and terrified in low light conditions, with the highlight on the great loom that the watch possesses. So the Boogeyman is real. And last but not least, we are looking at the most appreciated scene that illustrates the hate between the hype Rolex sports models and the normal ones, where sometimes it doesn't matter how popular you are, you simply cannot enter, because a club is a club. And just to give you an idea of how social media and the endorsements work, I initially posted this photo on Instagram. It was doing great as likes and coverage, and after a week, all of a sudden I started to receive shares from close friends saying congratulations or being amazed by the illustration that I made. I was like, I posted this photo 1 week ago and nobody said anything about it. And then I realized that Adrian Barker discovered the picture. He liked it and he shared it on his story, and then Time and Tide seen it and posted on their timeline. And the post that people was sharing after a week wasn't my original one, but the one from the Time and Tide timeline. So I want to thank them both for that. But as fun fact, this is how social media works. If you're validated by bigger names, you have value. If not, people will still debate if you're good or bad. And if someone wants to endorse my channel, I'm ready to receive any validations or endorsements. A subscribe would do even better. So hope you enjoyed this first episode of If Watches Could Speak, and please let me know in the comments section if you want to see more in the future. Thank you very much, thanks for watching, and until next time, be brave but stay safe.